Oh my goodness. The life of a touring musician. This car is so full of gear. Oh dear. Why so much stuff, dude? Welcome then, welcome to Barnsley in Yorkshire. Oh, I had a show here yesterday with the theatre tour. Actually, we did 2 in one day, it was crazy. My voice is feeling it a bit. But ARP is once again in the north. I haven't spent much time busking in the north. It's only a handful of times it's happened. Some people in the comments of those videos where I busked in Sheffield and Leeds and York suggested that maybe busking wasn't as fruitful in the north because people generally have a little less money. But this is a wild generalization. It's wealth distribution isn't really a north-south divide anymore as far as I'm aware. And also the north of England has this culture of being very generous and very giving. It's a very charitable community up here, especially in Yorkshire. If you're not from the UK, then you might not know that Yorkshire is one of the proudest counties. People in Yorkshire generally are very proud to be from Yorkshire. And to the point where when you're here and you're a southerner like me, you almost feel a little bit envious. You're like, wow, you guys really appreciate where you come from. I personally hypothesize that it doesn't matter where you are, you can still do well busking. It's all about energy. Right, let's busk because it's already midday. All right, here we are in the town centre. Whilst I was here yesterday for the theatre shows, I was wandering around a little bit, trying to check out some spots. And this little fountain park, or whatever it's called, I think that's where I am, looked good. There was already a busker here yesterday and it looked good. It looks like there might be an event going on. There's people with high-vis jackets and they look like they're setting up chairs, but they also look like they could be taking the chairs down. So let's carry on walking. There is a fair amount of pedestrian-only real estate here, so I think we've got plenty of choice. All right, I've made my decision. I'm going here and that's final. Or is it? No, I think I'm gonna go here. I'm backing up against the wall, so I'm a little bit further away from people, but I think that I generally cover all bases if I'm here. I'm not in the sun, which is a shame, but it is a little bit cloudy. Spring busking, man, we're here. We've arrived. I like backing up against the wall. It means I can film easier as well. There's also a lot of people selling stuff and charities collecting stuff, which can sometimes hurt your busk a little bit because people don't want to be seen with the cash out. But we'll see. We'll see. I've got no expectations. I've also got no goal in mind, which is a good thing. Keep that open mind, baby. Open mind, open heart. The secret to busking. I'm not gonna lie, it suddenly seems busy everywhere I didn't go. And that event down there is definitely packed up. Should have gone down there. But we haven't started yet, so we'll see. We'll see. I haven't really got time to go and set up somewhere else after this. So, well, we'll see, we'll see. I'm not gonna put that out there yet. Tell my brain that it's gonna be fine.
Remember busking down on Brighton Beach, summer afternoon in the August heat. Oh man, we had to make it work. Oh no, conversation from the swimming pool, leaning to the yard, you gotta see this through. Oh man, yeah, we had to make it work. Oh no.
There's a film called About Time where in the film the guy can like squeeze himself and then he goes back in time and he ends up somewhere else.
Well, more accurately, travel back in time. We can't travel into the future.
This is such a weird joke.
It's seriously not a joke.
If I could go back in time right now, I would set up on that square because everyone's chilling there. There's definitely no event going on. In fact, before setting up on that square, I would have asked the events people whether they were leaving.
People do on this makeshift bed that means so much to me. Hey. Singing songs and going out of key, playing every chord until my fingers bleed. Oh man, we had to make it work. Oh no, no.
The social anxiety is real, but in my case, I don't even know if it's social anxiety, it's just socially inept. I don't even think to ask. It's not very Yorkshire of me. It's going pretty well though, it's not going bad, it's just there. I can see that that's in the sun and there's loads of people lying down on the grass having a great time. Oh well, we carry on, we carry on.
On this makeshift bed, it means so much to me. We know it's got to love to understand the magic of what people do. On this makeshift bed, it made me who I am. We know my sore fingers, so mash up money, she got so mad. The chips for free to commute. It means so much to me. Now there's nowhere I would rather be. Oh.
It's starting to pick up big time, which is nice. Starting to get a lot more reaction, which is what usually happens. In a busk, I always find that the first song peaks and you get like 3 or 4 donations, quite a few people smiling, and then like the 2, 3, 4th song, not much happens, and then it starts to pick up, and then that's when you know you're in the flow.
People do on this makeshift venue, it means so much to me. Yeah, na 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 na.
Barnsley's nice, it's very clean. It's a very clean place, I like it. I haven't had any major Yorkshire interactions yet, but there's still plenty of time.
Na na na, na na na. Oh, I like to think that I write these songs for a reason.
One thing that I'm always reminded of as soon as I start busking is how soothing it is for the soul. For many reasons, I think. You know, on one level it's just getting to do what you love to do, like play music, perform music. On another level there's the interaction, there's the, you know, becoming a part of the community for a few hours, becoming a main stake in the high street. But also there's this sort of sense of progress when you're busking. You feel like movement is happening in your life.
Stir inside my head, let's go back to the road. Life's a game, yeah, but nobody knows how to play it, save it. And I'm an alien, surrounded by your robotic mind.
It's hard to get that as a musician, I think, in any other aspect, because unless you're touring as a like headline artist and you're selling tickets and you can gauge how many tickets you've sold, it can be really hard to tell whether you're like progressing or stagnating or just going nowhere. And I think that you're probably doing all three always all at the same time in different aspects of your journey, which is why it's not worth worrying about. But there is something really nice about busking that means you just feel like you're doing something good. There's an overwhelming sense of doing something right.
From here, yeah, where do I go from? No, 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 two steps from the crossroad. Two steps from the crossroad, no. yeah. Well, I think maybe that's my problem now.
Of course, a string break has happened. Never happens when you want it to happen. Not that there's ever a time where you'd want it to happen. For those of you that usually comment, you strum too hard, that's why you snap strings. I've played like 4 shows with this current set of strings on and no snapping. I'm telling you, it's more to do with the temperature than it is to do with anything else.
About it, I mean, I don't doubt it sometimes, yeah. Where do we go from here? Where do I go from? Nah, nah, nah. 2 steps from the crossroads. 2 steps from the crossroads.
At least I'm going to keep telling myself that anyway. It's going very well. I'm very happy with everything. Somebody bought me a Red Bull. Thank you to the kids that bought me the Red Bull. Of course, I don't really drink Red Bull. It tends to give me anxiety attacks. But the gesture is just as important, and I'm sure I can pass it on to somebody that really actually wants it.
Dream about her, she ring my bell. Got Jim Parson hopping out while she rose in caps and tears. She doesn't know who I am. She doesn't give a damn about me.
Part of me still regretting that I didn't go over to the square, but it is what it is. We're sticking with it. It's still going very well. Fair few donations, lots of smiling, lots of happy people.
You don't maybe with me, no. Boyfriends are.
It's the first week where we've had really good weather here in the UK. You can really feel the energy of everybody. That SAD has dissipated, the collective SAD that we all pretend we don't feel, but we do. It just goes away when the sun's out.
Now he doesn't give a damn about me. Could I'm just a teenager, but baby, yeah. Just a teenager, but baby. Now the city walking made on maybe with me, no.
I think it's why British people, whenever they go abroad somewhere that gets constant sun, they're like, oh, I wish I lived here. We all fantasize about living somewhere that gets consistently good weather.
She's missing, no, yeah. That back, yeah. No, she doesn't know she's missing. Hey, yeah. Man, I feel like no.
Yesterday at the show, I was speaking to a couple of locals, and I told them that I was going to busk here in the town centre. And a couple of them were saying that Sunday's the quietest day for this high street because Barnsley's famous for its markets, for its market stalls, and it has this big indoor complex here which is full of market stalls. I checked it out a little bit yesterday. It looked very cool, and it was absolutely heaving here yesterday as well. There's something to be said for it being a bit quieter. But most non-buskers think that busyness equals more, but as most buskers will know, that's not usually the case. I actually find that I have more success on slightly quieter days. because there's less going on. There's less pulling the attention of your passers-by. Earlier I spoke about how in the north people generalise that the north is poorer than the south, and I'm sure there's some truth to it, because of it sort of stems from how the north used to be full of industry, and then that kind of industry went elsewhere and people were left without jobs, particularly between the sort of 70s, 80s and I think 90s. Don't quote me on that, I'm no historian. I'm sure someone in the comments can fix that a little bit. But I don't notice any more poverty here than I do anywhere else, if you know what I mean. One thing that's happened through going busking throughout all these places I've been, and even just traveling in general, it sort of opens your eyes up to the fact that there are people from all walks of life everywhere you go.
My life will blow. Now I'm boldly go to the great unknown. My God's hero. But that's life, that's all. I'm searching far and wide to find a planet to orbit. Far and wide, I wanna scan and explore it.
I've always found that like places that are really affluent, that are supposed to be like, you know, the posh places and the wealthy places, I don't tend to do that well busking in them. Whereas the places that are a bit more middle of the road, or even considered, you know, sketchy, they tend to be the best places. They're the places where you get loads of appreciation. This place seems really nice. It's really pretty, like, it's very clean. All the people are super friendly. I've had lots of smiles, had a few chats. I haven't had my quintessential Yorkshireman come over and offer me tea. But that's playing to stereotypes far too much, I should think.
Go to the great unknown, shine for us to soul. Line up this hole, asking far and wide to find a planet to orbit. Far and wide, I wanna scan and explore it. Far and wide, your money planet to orbit. So far up the rocket. It's over now.
No, I'm not really keen on the north-south divide thing. It's not something I really buy into. Anytime I've been in the north, I felt very welcome. I've always appreciated the northern accent. I'm sort of fascinated by accent. It's bizarre, you can drive 25 miles or so and people speak completely different to you. And there's all this slang, which is awesome. But yeah, Barnsley, I rate it, dude. I reckon we've done pretty well. I've been playing for 3 hours. I reckon I've done as good as any other bus.
Recording?
I am, yeah. YouTube.
Oh, YouTube.
Yeah. It's cool. It's very cool here, see? Friendly interactions all round. Cool place. I like it. I'm excited to come back here with the theatre show, do some more busking.
Before you go, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's bring you do it.
No,
Come on, man.
I can't.
No. I know you can. Go on. Nice. Liquor was the only love I know.
I'm singing with Busking. Come on, bro.
Yeah, my guy. Go on.
I don't know the rest of it. You don't.
Liquor was the only.
One thing that I can't ever get enough of is busk. Those busking days like today where everything's just in place, you know, there's no technical glitches. People are super friendly, super appreciative of what you do. There's no dodgy circumstances. And you just get to enjoy a place. And it really is a really cool way to experience somewhere new. I've never been to Barnsley before, up until yesterday. And yesterday I played 2 sold out shows, back to back, at the theatre, at the Civic, and now I just had a rad busk for 3 hours. Just soak it in, man, soak it in. That's the best way I can describe the post-busk feeling. It's like all of those endorphins and all of that adrenaline that you had at the beginning. And today I clearly had a lot. I'm sure you witnessed on the footage. Suddenly it all comes together. You play your heart out for a couple hours and then you let it soak in, and for the rest of the day you're just so chill, so calm. My mind is at complete ease. Lovely. Right, the car is in sight. Well, my friends, this is where I depart the hills of Yorkshire for now. I'm very fond of this place actually. Every time I come here I leave here with a nice full heart. Today particularly because I got to busk, and yesterday I played a show. 2 shows. And now I'm absolutely cooked, can you tell? I feel like my eyes have swollen. The life of a musician. It never gets dull, does it? I leave here with a full heart and a purse full of coins that totals at £59.95. We didn't get any card taps, but we did get a few notes. I remember the last time I was up north, somebody told me not to use the card reader. They were like, people here will be offended by it. But I used it anyway, and it didn't get any love. But that's fine. I put it there as the option just in case. It's always good to have the option. I'm going to hand you to Future Me to round off the video, because I'm shattered. Over to Future Me. Boom! There you go. Another video, another Monday. Wow. Every Monday for like, I don't know, nearly 4 years. Crazy! I thoroughly enjoyed my time in Barnsley. We will be back there in November, so maybe there'll be a nice autumnal winter busk video to be made. We'll see. If you like this video, then be sure to give it a like. If you're new around here, then hit the subscribe button. That would be really cool. If you want to give me an online donation, there is a super thanks button. And I do have a Patreon page for those feeling more committed. A monthly donation in return for some exclusive videos, exclusive songs, exclusive stuff, exclusive ARP. I do have an album out. It's called Keep Showing Up. The only place you can get it is my website. You can buy a CD or a digital download. If you buy the CD, you get the digital download in return. I really honestly appreciate your presence. I'm honestly so grateful for this journey I find myself on. I will see you next week, every Monday. Peace, love, and happiness.